What's going on, y'all? Grind to Motivate back in this thing again, man, with another video. And as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, man, we have a sad situation right here. A senseless tragedy that took place in Atlanta last weekend, I believe, at Atlantic Station. And I'd like to go ahead and talk about this because I know I do have a few young guys that watch my channel in the teens. And I also know that, there's a bunch of guys that are watching the channel that may have, sons or younger brothers or younger cousins or nephews or whatever in their life that, it doesn't hurt every now and again to just give a reminder. And, we know it's not going to just automatically change somebody for the better, but it does help to remind, when you watch some of these motivational videos or any of these other little videos, you may not be always thinking about it, but when you're reminded of it, it does kind of help you to stay on the right path and do the right thing. And I also would like to give condolences to both parents. The parent of Zion, the mom of Zion, condolences. Sorry for your loss. Also, the kid on the right, Cameron Jackson. I actually know this kid. And Mr. and Mrs. Jackson, I'd like to give my condolences. Also, sorry for your loss as well. We're going to go ahead and check out this news clip. And I'm going to give my thoughts. And, of course, I would like to hear yours down in the comments below. Let's get into it.
Second boy has died following a weekend shootout near Atlantic Station. Now police are asking for the public's help. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Christine Spiro. Investigators released this surveillance video hoping somebody will recognize the people responsible for the shooting.
News Edge reporter Eric Perry joins us now live from the scene. Eric, a devastating development with that second death confirmed today.
Yeah, Tom, Christine, this has been upgraded to a double homicide as we have a 12-year-old dead and now a 15-year-old dead as well. Police say that the suspected shooters could be seen celebrating as they made their escape on MARTA.
It's difficult to investigate a death of a child.
A second young life cut short following Saturday's shooting near Atlantic Station. 15-year-old Cameron Jackson died from his injuries after 6 people were shot near the 17th Street Bridge. His mother is still shaken by the news. She told us over the phone her baby was homeschooled, wanted to be a professional boxer, and loved science. 12-year-old Zion Charles died from his injuries Saturday. Police say video shows Charles with the suspects moments before the shooting. He's believed to have been killed by someone in his own friend group.
All the bullets were meant for Cameron. Zion took the bullet. He's deceased on the scene. And then we have the other victims that was also shot. Everything was directed to Cameron. The male in the black and the yellow hoodie, he is the main perpetrator, the main suspect.
Atlanta police say they're also looking for a second shooter, seen here in images wearing blue and white.
Cameron seemed to be, and his 2 friends, riding through the area en route to Atlanta Station to enjoy the festivities.
Police say Jackson was the only target. This surveillance video shows the group after the shooting at the Art Center, MARTA Station.
You can hear them talking on the train. You can hear them talking and celebrating, talking about the gunshots. During the train ride, they antagonize different customers. They flash their waistband as gesturing like they're going to put a weapon out.
It's all about the youth. I feel like we got to give them the respect that they need for them to actually give us respect.
Christopher Welsh was at Wednesday's news conference. He came out as he hopes to make a difference with a youth center in low-income communities.
It starts with the center. Everybody, I feel that everybody answer to most questions is the kids don't have anything to do, so we need a job for them. We need somewhere where they can go and they can exploit their talent.
What do you guys think about what he said right here? Do you guys think that putting a recreational center or a center for learning in low-income neighborhoods is going to make a difference for guys that are, already out here in these streets talking about ops and all this kind of stuff? Or do you think there's a bigger problem at hand? And if you think there's a bigger problem at hand, how would you address it? What do you think that we should do? Me personally, I'm not really sure about centers making a big change. I don't think this is like one of the movies where, you got the kid that's doing bad and then some other kid comes up to him and is like, man, Mr. Welsh says you need to come down to the center. You wasting your talent. And then for some reason, the kid has a change of heart and he's like, man, I ain't doing right. He does a little head shake, throws his gun down in the sewer, and, he gets on the right path. I just don't really see that happen. I think that, the kids, they've probably been groomed up to be this way, but after a certain age, you do know right from wrong. You do know better than to in somebody's life. So I think that there's probably something else that should happen. And I don't think it's a good thing of what I'm thinking. But I think it's something else. If you have an idea or thoughts of what you think should happen, let me know down in the comments below. I don't know if a center would be the best thing. I know Mr. Welch's heart is in the right place, and I mean, that is good. I think it will change some lives, and it does prevent guys like that. But the guys that are already out there, I don't think that would make a difference. I think there's something else we need to do. But let's go.
Coming after Thanksgiving and headed to Christmas, the last thing that they should be prepared for is a funeral of their children.
Man, that's horrible, man. And I'll say again, condolences to the families and friends of everybody who's affected by Cam and Zion's passing, because it's not just one kid, it's two kids. But since I knew Cam, I will talk about it a little bit more in detail, what I think about the situation. And I will first talk about, how the guy in another video, he said that Cam and them were passing on the way to Atlantic Station, and the guys in the yellow were like, oh, that's our opposition. That's our opposition right there. That's our opposition right there. And if you don't know what that means, opposition is basically rival gang, or just like a rival that you got on the streets. And it ain't good. And then I would like to ask, do you guys think that Cam was in a gang? His mom said he wasn't in the gang, and I would say that, I can't confirm or deny 100%, but based off of my surface level knowledge, I would say that, nah, he wasn't in the gang. It just doesn't really add up. He was always at the boxing gym every day, and I know because I started with him, and all these clips are old. He got way better, so don't be in there talking about, oh, man, he wasn't good, man. Shut the hell up. But yeah, he was at the boxing gym every day, and it just doesn't add up to me. Like I say in my other channel, if you guys follow it, you cannot box and be good at it and then at the same time be in the streets. Something's going to suffer real bad on your boxing. It requires too much detail and nuances and conditioning for you to be out here juggling both. It's going to catch up to you real bad if you are doing that. And based off what his coach was saying, his coach is not somebody who lacks credibility. He's saying, he was good and he was an Olympic hopeful. So I don't really see him saying that unless he's just being a hogwash because he passed or something like that. It just doesn't add up. So I don't think he was in the gang. Also, the fact they said he was in homeschool, that just doesn't really I don't picture gang. But I will say one thing, or maybe a few things that may have went wrong, is something that I think we all have to stop, is trying to glorify these type of guys and being around these type of guys. He may have been trying to be, being down with these lame dudes and stuff. Like, man, y'all heard the Kendrick Lamar song. He's talking about you ain't got a lot of kick it, acting like you're hard and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of our young guys, have probably, went through that little phase where, we felt like, oh man, I gotta be like this, man, for the girls to like me and for the folks to respect me. And that's not really the case, man. All this kind of stuff in high school is stuff that's going to be here today, going tomorrow. It won't even be important, man. And when you get older, it's time for you to shake losers off like them kind of guys that, that did this to Cam. You don't have to hold on to them guys because, man, they hard. Man, they my hood friend. I'm real. It doesn't matter, man. Those guys aren't doing anything to improve your life. And then based off of what they did to their own friend, Zion, they don't care if they in your life, because that kid was their friend. The mom said that he went over another friend's house and snuck out with them guys to Atlantic Station. And while they were trying to take down Cam, because they're idiots and they don't have any type of, I guess they're reckless. They're super reckless. They deleted their own friend, and then they shot several other people, and then also they got him. He died of his injuries. So it's best to just cut that dead sorry weight, man. If you want to be something else, if you want to be like something else, and you don't think that, or maybe while rapping or that little thing, it's okay. It's all good, man. It's all good to want to be a little different. Maybe you want to play sports. Who cares what Lil Durk said? He a hooper. He's a goofy. Nah, bro, that don't mean nothing, bro. You hooping and you staying in shape, and you probably going to school and getting a scholarship off of that. You trying to be like Rick Ross. Rick Ross talking about, man, I was caught selling drugs. Rick Ross is an idiot. Yeah, man, we got to stop glorifying these kind of guys, man, to be honest with you, man. And you got to watch the type of company you keep, man. These guys wasn't Zion's friends like that. Just like, not shout out, but rest in peace to Shanquella Robinson. Those people weren't her friends, and they were trying to be on that ignorant BS, even on vacation, and it cost her life. And you know, you guys have to do a little bit better job of seeing what these folks are acting like, man. If they have little subtle things that you find funny or that you find kind of disrespectful as them being your friend, it's probably, you know, time you looked at them sideways and, you know, start to create a little distance. Also, another thing that I might say, if that's not the case with Cam, if he wasn't running around here trying to have bad friends, I would say that maybe the fact that his brother is Ola Run, if you don't know who Ola Run is, he's a rapper out of Atlanta, and he doesn't exactly talk about, you know, butterflies and rainbows and all that kind of stuff. I mean, his music's good, his beats sound good. I listen to it during my workouts because the beats sound good, but, you know, he ain't talking about the good stuff. And I don't know if, you know, his life spilled over into Cam's life, and that's why these guys felt the way they felt about him. And in order to hurt him, they did what they did to Cam. I don't know. And I do know that Cam did respect his big brother and all that kind of stuff. They had the same handle on Instagram. You know, he was in a few of his videos. And, you know, maybe due to the fact that, you know, he saw a big bro doing that, he thought it was kind of cool, even though he was running around here boxing and, you know, liking science. So what's not, and being homeschooled and being on a slightly different path, he still probably tried to hold on to that because big bro was doing that. And I would say that, you know, you are an influence to your younger siblings or the younger people in your life that look up to you. So, you know, you better be doing right if you want to see more improvements within the community. So just a few things I would say in this video for the young guys that, you know, are maybe under 25 and still have a chance to change some things or the ways that they think before, you know, they get way too stuck. Because, you know, like I said earlier, you know, a reminder can always help you to think about doing the right thing or do the right thing, even though you just may not be thinking about it. It may be something that you're willing to do, but you just have kind of forgotten about it because it's not a natural part of your life at the moment. But I would say that, you know, trying to be down and trying to be street and all that kind of stuff it's no use in it, man. You know, like they always say, man, the classic, dead or in jail are the only options. And that's not the only way that you can get folks to respect you or like you. I think that, you know, you can play sports. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of a cliche for our community too. Everybody wants to play sports, but you can be a smart kid who likes science, who likes art, who likes, whatever. You might like robotics. You might want to be an engineer. You want to be in tech. A lot more black folks or young black men should start trying to be in tech. Tech is kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. I've definitely took some classes on it, and it's pretty goddamn boring. I'm gonna finish it up though. But yeah, man, tech is boring, but it is lucrative, and it is something that we need as black people, or we need as black men too. We need as black women. Anybody that wants to get into tech, I think that you should start. So there, yeah, I would say there's different pathways. Also, I would say watch your friends. These folks that, you know, that ended Zion's life were not really his friends. They were just some suckers that just like, man, come on with us. Or you can come along, man. You 12, you can come along. And then, you know, they did what they did. They didn't even care, man. He was fighting for his life, but they downstairs in the MARTA shaking and dapping each other up because they ended Cam's life, who I don't even know if, you know, he was really out here like that to the point where they needed to end his life. But this is just a terrible situation right here, man. And I'll say once again, man, condolences to all the family and friends that are affected by this. Zion's mom, condolences, sorry for your loss. And then once again, Mr. and Mrs. Jackson, condolences, sorry for y'all's lives as well, man. Anybody that has anything else to add that may be helpful in the comments, go ahead. If you just have something just to say, go ahead. And yeah, man, like I said earlier, man, you don't have to be that kind of guy to get respect or get girls in the black community. You can do what you want to do and it still be cool, because these folks ain't gonna mean nothing in a few years. And it's okay to shake these folks off. So if you watched up to this point, have a good day, and I'll see you next time.